Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 10.
There's frustration and uncertainty in Jamestown over one of its top tourist attractions. Frontier Village sits next to the world's largest buffalo.
The city chose not to renew the lease for the association that runs Frontier Village. Valley News Team's Callie Hubbard was there this evening as residents shared their disgust with city leaders.
It's the city of Jamestown against the people behind the longtime historic site that has attracted so many over the years. The Frontier Village Association has spearheaded much of the passion that has gone into Frontier Village.
It's the second most stopped at place in North Dakota, and a lot of people that come through on interstates say they stop there almost every time they come through.
Many shared with city leaders the memories they have of looking back in time in talking about items they donated. Many were upset that they were never told their items would be leaving Jamestown and taken to another location in Purim, Minnesota.
How can you look at yourself in the mirror tomorrow or any day thereafter and say, that was a good idea to just give that stuff away to Postal?
Members of the Jamestown Fire Department said they got their items back from the fire building Wednesday. When I went out to the village, they said that they've been shooing people away all day, trying to protect the valuables in each building. As of now, the remaining items in the buildings will stay, and according to the city, Frontier Village is not being shut down.
If you have been acting out in frustration, please stop now, before more damage is done.
In Jamestown, Callie Hubbard, Valley News Live.
A spokesperson for Frontier Village says they still plan on having their annual trick-and-treat night tomorrow. To learn more about that, visit our website at valleynewslive.com.
No one was injured in a crash near Thompson, North Dakota that involved 3 cars this afternoon. Troopers say a 31-year-old driver didn't stop for traffic at an intersection and crossed in front of another car. That driver was unable to avoid the crash and then hit another car. The driver of the first car was charged with failure to yield at the intersection.
Video of a college student's crash on an electric scooter has gained traction online. Check this out. It shows David Smith riding the scooter near the University of Minnesota campus without the right-of-way, and then he hit by a car. The video starts out with him saying, "I got hit by a car a month ago and survived." Smith goes on to say that he was responsible for the crash, adding the scooter and car were not damaged in the crash.
The man who kidnapped Wisconsin teenager Jamie Kloss and killed her parents got into a fight in a New Mexico prison with an inmate who asked about the case. It shows how word of his crimes has spread and is raising questions about whether moving him to an out-of-state lockup accomplished anything. A Wisconsin judge sentenced Jake Patterson to life in prison for the kidnapping and shooting deaths. Patterson forced Kloss to live under a bed in his northern Wisconsin cabin for 88 days before she escaped and police captured him. Patterson was transferred to New Mexico in July.
Moorhead police are asking for help finding 33-year-old Joshua Heising. He has multiple open warrants, including one for possession of a controlled substance and possession of burglary tools. If you have any information on his whereabouts, call law enforcement.
Semi-trucks are getting stopped more frequently by highway troopers to make sure they're in compliance with weight restrictions. Farmers complained at a recent roundtable that time is money and stopping them impacts arrival times for trucks. In North Dakota, any load above 80,000 pounds needs a permit. In Minnesota, it's over 90,000. Just a few days ago, a sugar beet truck tipped over in Clay County for being too heavy. Troopers say a heavy truck can put lives at risk.
It's very important because we need to have safe vehicles running up and down our roadways. Some of these trucks can haul up to 129,000 pounds on our state road system in North Dakota.
Any trucker interested in applying for a permit to carry extra cargo can do so online in both North Dakota and Minnesota.
Seasonal parking begins Friday, so you may want to start planning now. From November 1st until April 15th, there are no parking signs posted in certain areas around Fargo. Some of these areas are from 19th Avenue North to 13th Avenue South, and from the Red River to 25th Streets North and South. City engineers say that the avenues and streets alternate, having restricted parking so you can still find a spot nearby. This is to make sure snow removal and street maintenance can be handled without the trouble of dodging cars. So keep an eye out for those signs before it ends up costing you, or worse, your car is towed.
Fall is the ideal time of year to have your furnace surfaced, but Better Business Bureau of Minnesota and North Dakota warns homeowners to beware of contractors who use scare tactics to convince people into authorizing unnecessary repairs. While most furnace companies are reputable, others may falsely tell you that your furnace needs to be repaired or replaced when in reality it does not. They may try to frighten you with warnings that your system is leaking dangerous gases that could explode or poison those inside the house. Before you authorize any work, get a second opinion from another reputable firm to see if the work really needs to be done. Do not hesitate to contact your utility company and ask for a serviceman to come and inspect your system.
A spooktacular Halloween bash tonight got some in the Halloween spirit. Kids of all ages wore costumes and enjoyed a bouncy house, photo booths, and of course candy at the Atonement Lutheran Church. Valley News Live storm chaser Eric Whitehill was there. He set up his truck and showed off some of his scary storm chasing videos as he got in on the holiday fun, handing out candy and Valley News Live swag.
Tomorrow is Halloween, so don't forget about your four-legged friends. Keep Halloween candy and treats out of reach. If you suspect that your pet has eaten something toxic, go ahead and call your vet. Avoid dangerous decorations such as dry ice or candles. Be sure your pet has a visible collar with an ID tag, and peak trick-or-treating hours can be overwhelming for your pets, so make sure to keep them calm and secure.
If you're looking to catch a movie in South Fargo, a popular theater remains closed. The website for West Acres Cinema says it's temporarily closed due to unplanned maintenance caused by some flooding on Monday night. Valley News Live was there shortly after the mess first occurred, and there was standing water on the floor. The website says the theater will reopen on Friday. Anyone with a ticket for West Acres Cinema can visit its box office or contact customer service for a refund.
Researchers say lightning strikes are directly responsible for 55 spills at oil production sites and produced water disposal sites in North Dakota's oil fields since 2014. The state is looking for ways to keep lightning from damaging energy facilities. The National Fire Protection Association says there's been very little research on the frequency of lightning strikes, although they are responsible for less than 1% of incidents at oil field facilities.
We don't know how many times there was a lightning strike on or near a facility and it resulted in no damage. It could be 2 times that number, it could be 0, it could be 100 times that number. There's no publicly available data, and so we can't even provide that comparison.
UND's Environmental Research Center has recommended the state expand research on lightning strikes.
The Department of Environmental Quality says oil has leaked from the Keystone Pipeline in the northeastern part of North Dakota. It says TC Energy shut down the pipeline after the leak was detected near Edinburgh in Walsh County. There's no information on the size of this leak. It appears to have affected some wetlands, but no drinking water sources.
Valley News Live 10 at 10 continues with no wait weather.
Quiet and cold out there as we head into the overnight hours. Still a veil of clouds. Those clouds actually help to blanket in some of the warmth across the region, if you will. But what warmth, Hutch? Temperatures reaching only the 20s today. In fact, we're at 26 degrees. And with our wind, even though it's under 10 miles per hour, we still have wind chills close to 20 degrees. Here's a look across the region. Actual air temperatures dipping into the teens in Langdon, Devils Lake, and Valley City. Jamestown, you're holding on to 20 right now. 27 degrees in Grand Forks, the warm spot 28 in Wahpeton, Breckenridge. Otherwise, a lot of low to mid-20s across western and northwestern Minnesota. The struggle continues for area producers. This combine there having a tough time in the mud. This is near Cooperstown. Thanks, Alicia, for sharing the story that many across the region are enduring. This one also from Alicia. But some out there, I got to give it to you for your sense of humor. Take a look at this. When you're looking for your combine in the field, you'll look everywhere. All right, here's a photo sent in by Jeff, that farmer looking underwater for the combine. Thanks for all your photos. You can upload yours at valleynewslive.com. 8 is what it feels like in Devils Lake, 13 in Jamestown with those winds out there a little bit stronger out to the west. Here in western Minnesota and the valley, wind chills are in the teens and low 20s. Here's what's left of the cloud cover. It is starting to erode from the west, so we're going to get a clearing as we go through the early overnight, but that'll be quickly replaced by these clouds as another weather-making system promises to move in for Halloween. Here's your hour-by-hour forecast. Overnight, that clear patch moves over, but clouds push into our western counties. Temperatures will be in the teens, and it's going to be chilly at the bus stop in the morning, with those wind chills in the single digits and teens. Ahead of that next weather maker, we're going to have winds increasing throughout the day from the southwest. So during your lunch hour, many of us will see temperatures rising through the 30s as warmer air tries to push in from the west. And then as we head into the afternoon on Halloween, things get a little batty in our weather forecast. First and foremost, I've put temperatures on here of feels like temperature. Those wind chills already down in the 20s and 30s, even though air temperatures will be in the 30s for most as we get ready for trick-or-treating fun. There will be clouds passing through. I cannot rule out a spotty flurry or two of snow for your Halloween, but the main concern is going to be winds from the southwest at 15 to 20, maybe 25 miles per hour. That will make things feel mighty chilly. So bundle up your ghosts and your goblins and give your mummies an extra wrap before they head out. Heading into the late night hours, wind chills will be trying to push down into the teens. In Fargo, 19 to start your morning out. That'll be crisp and chilly. Wind picking up through the midday hours from the southwest, 15 to 25 miles per hour. The thermometer will peak at 40. But things, well, they'll feel a little cooler for trick-or-treaters. Drive time temperatures on your way home from work, 35 to 40 degrees as a rule across the region, with some of the cooler temperatures being out in Lakes Country and Bemidji. At trick-or-treating time, this is a look at what you could expect in the 7 o'clock hour. Wind chills again in those 20s with temperatures in the 30s throughout the time. It will be breezy and there will be enough coolness to chill you to the bone. All right, here's a look at your planning forecast, but first a majestic photo of an eagle. Thanks, Nikki, for uploading that photo. This one near Thompson in Grand Forks County. Planning forecast looks like this. Plan for cold. The cold takes hold. 38 Saturday and Sunday. We have cool weather as well as we turn our clocks back. We stay in the teens, 20s, and 30s into next week. All of those snow chances look very light, you guys.
Good.
Yeah.
Later on Valley News Live at 10, once you heard his story, you felt compelled to act. That's still the case 1 month after Landon Solberg passed away.